Hello everyone and welcome back. This is a very important video. We have just got a ton of new datamines given that 4.1.1 has gone live. And as far as I can tell, it's about as close to as 100% confirmed that the Idris is going to be flight ready as it can possibly be. We have new models for new weapons, a bunch of new stuff for the Idris, not just the laser beam weapon. We have new turret options, some other things that can go on that spinal mount, and a ton of other updates. We have new paints for the Idris, new just tons of stuff. We're going to go through all of the data mines and the leaks. Again, this is going to be a spoiler video, so if you don't want that, you're aware of that. But let's go ahead and get into it. So first we're going to go over the paints, which is the first thing that was data mined and was the first really big indicator out of this that it's like the Idris is coming. Even if CIG has not officially said it yet, the paints are here. There's a lot of stuff we're going to talk about in a minute. It's coming. At least the Idris P, the Idris K, and possibly the Idris M. I don't know 100% on that yet. We'll have to see. But let's go through the paints. So I'll go ahead and throw up a picture of them here. So we'll just go through really quick. So there's a shark tooth livery, a beachhead, a marauder, sea serpent, triton camo, iron core, nightbreak, and commando camo, and those should have been left to right first row and then left to right second row. So there's some really good looking ones. I really like the black and red one. There's a lot of skins that there's a lot of ships that are getting that similar styled skin with Invictus, like the Polaris, the Hammerhead, some fighters, things like that. So I'm probably going to pick up a couple of those skins for those ships. So a lot of them look really cool. The only one I don't really care for is like the sand looking one, the tan one, meh, kind of whatever. If you look here in the background behind me, also the Idris P on display at the Area 18 tower now has a yellow and kind of a bluish skin, I believe. So really cool. They've updated that, so it should look nice on there, because the old skin that they had on there didn't really look very good, but I think it was kind of intentional. It was just kind of a placeholder skin. But that's the first thing we have is skins for the Idris. Let's go ahead and check out the next thing. All right, next we are going to get into the good stuff. So in the data mines, we have the new models for the Idris K laser weapon, the Exodus size 10 Herschel Dynamics laser beam is in. We have that. I have a little video of that we're going to play of the gun firing. It looks really cool, by the way. We have that. We have the new missile turret in action on the Idris. And then we have a special new module that was not expected that I have a little bit of mixed feelings about. We'll have to see how it turns out, but let's take a look at those real quick. Alrighty, so here we are. We have a little video of the Idris K laser beam firing. You can see the laser beam right here. It has a model in-game all put together. Let's go ahead and watch this video of it firing real quick. So there we go. That's how it looks when it fires. I'm not entirely sure yet on like the damage that it does or the range or anything like that, but I did see there was another video that I saw earlier, and now I can't find it, that someone had put a cutlass in front of the laser and it obliterated the cutlass in a second. It was like 1 second and it was done. So sounds like the laser might do a lot of damage. Next, let's look at the missile turret really quick. All right, now here we have a little bit of the missile turret firing again. I think these have a good amount of size 3 missiles. I don't remember the exact count. It might be 32, possibly. We'll have to check on that, but let's go ahead and just we'll just watch this video real quick of it firing. There we go. There is that video. Now we're next going to take a look at something that is new that we did not know was coming, and something that I think it might ruffle some feathers. So let's take a look at it and then we'll talk about it for a moment. So, as you can probably see here, there is another new module that can go in this spinal mounted slot on the Idris. But you see these holes right here, those are torpedo tubes. And you want to know what size torpedoes this fires? Size 12. So the Idris is now getting a module that can fire size 12 torpedoes. Previously, this was the only ship we knew of that was going to have size 12s was the Javelin destroyer, which is double the size of the Idris. So now, it seems there is going to be another weapon mount on here that you can equip if you want that will hold size 12 torpedoes. Now, we do have an item description for this, and it tells us how many torpedoes it will hold. I'll go ahead and throw that up here real quick. So, according to the description that was data mined, it's again, this is an alternative to the stock Aegis Idris nose gun. This set of 4 torpedo launchers are able to store 20 size 12 torpedoes, 4 in each launcher and 4 in reserve. So, it sounds like 20 in total for size 12 torpedoes. That's only like 8 less than what the Polaris carries in its size 10 torpedo payload. So, that's great that they're giving it size 12s, but part of me wonders if this is going to I don't know. Maybe I don't want to say it's going to kill the Polaris, but it literally might. Because again, this spinal mounted gun is pilot controlled. So if you have the laser, the pilot controls the laser. You have the railgun, pilot controls the railgun. You have the torpedo launcher, the pilot controls the torpedoes. Whereas on the Polaris, you need someone else to fire the torpedoes. So that's really the only big concern I have with this, is it just might make the Polaris instantly obsolete. So we'll have to see what officially they end up doing with it. Of course, the size 12s, they do cost triple the price of a size 10 torpedo. They do a pretty significant amount more damage, but again, they are going to cost you a lot to actually fire and use. So we'll have to see. But I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. What do you think about this new torpedo module that we're getting? Do you think this is a good thing, or maybe not? I don't know. Let me know how you feel. So now we have some text data mines to go through, a bunch of information of new weapons, new stuff. Even there's even a mention of something for the Perseus, which is quite interesting, but there's a lot of stuff for the Idris. So let's go ahead and go through it. So we have new Idris weapons. First, we have the size 10 Hurston Exodus 10 laser beam. Built in conjunction with the engineers at Aegis, this bespoke laser beam weapon from Hurston Dynamics is highly accurate, giving the Idris K a devastating weapon in its arsenal. Next, we have the size 7 Hurston Conqueror 7 ballistic cannon. Bring your conquest to the skies using Hurston Dynamics Conqueror 7 ballistic cannon, bespoke built for the Aegis Idris dorsal turret. These cannons are able to engage larger ships from a distance, finishing fights before they even begin. Next, we have the size 7 Aegis IFR-BC7 turret ballistic cannon. This manned turret, designed by Aegis, is to be used with ballistic cannons, is bespoke to the Idris frigate. So it sounds like maybe that IFR BC-7, that's the turret itself, and then the Hurston Conqueror 7 is the guns that go on it, possibly. Or else maybe there's 2 different ballistic cannons that can go on there. And then there's also the size 7 man turret with 2 size 7 weapons. I think that's only supposed to be on the M, but possibly that'll be part of the K upgrade as well. There's the size 7 man turret that gives you 2 size 5s. That's what comes by default on the Idris P, possibly the Idris K as well. And then we also have the size 1 M2C Swarm PDC laser repeater mentioned. So some really, really interesting stuff about new guns for the Idris, new turrets and all that sort of stuff. Sounds like there's going to be additional offerings. I wouldn't be surprised if there is like another weapons pack you can buy for it, or maybe they'll expand on what you can get with the Idris K upgrade package. We'll have to see. Next, let's talk about some new missile stuff for the Idris. All right, next we have new Idris missiles. Size 7 manned missile turret. This manned turret, designed by Aegis to be used in tandem with the IFR 532 missile rack, is bespoke to the Idris frigate. Size 5 IFR 532 missile rack, which gives you 3 times 332, size 3 times 32, I assume is what that means. And then there's also a size 8 IFR 810 missile rack, which gives you 10 size 5s, I think that is. So potentially on that front turret that I showed in the video a moment ago, you'll be able to put on some racks that you can launch size 5s from. And then we also have mention of that size 10 HMF-T12 Hammerfall torpedo launcher, 20 size 12 torpedoes. Again, offering an alternative to the stock Aegis Idris nose gun, this set of 4 torpedo launchers are able to store 20 size 12 torpedoes, 4 in each launcher and 4 in reserve. So, again, as we see here on display at Area 18, I wondered why they had the size 12s up here. Well, it's because you'll be able to put them in your Idris now, if you get that add-on for it. And then the last thing in this data mine mention is actually in regards to the RSI Perseus. Now again, as far as we know, Perseus is not coming at Invictus launch week, but there have been additions made in the files mentioning its guns. So we've got a name for the guns as well as a description for them. So I wonder if, half of me wonders, maybe they'll give the Polaris one of these turrets and they'll just change that again. I know that they just changed the ballistic turret on there, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what they do. But the size 8 RSI Medusa cannon. Building on centuries of RSI weapon technology, the Perseus utilizes bespoke size 8 Medusa cannons that deliver devastating salvos of ballistic fire capable of starting fights just as easily as ending them. These custom-made RSI cannons excel at punishing larger targets at long ranges, I assume, making it a formidable battlefield equalizer. Very, very interesting we're seeing mention of this already again. Maybe there's a slight chance maybe they add that turret to the Polaris instead of the size 6s. We'll have to see. But very, very, very nice to see mentions of those guns already. They sound like they're going to be very, very powerful once we do get the Perseus. Now, I do now have, there's some pictures of one of the new Idris size 7 turrets. So we're going to look at a picture for a moment, and then we also have a firing demonstration from in the turret and outside the turret. So let's take a look at that. All right, so here we can see a picture of that, one of the new, well, if there's one or two, I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but a size 7 bespoke ballistic cannon turret for the Idris. We don't know if you'll be able to put this on the Idris P quite yet. It's possible. It looks, pretty cool. Nothing too crazy, just, ballistic cannon. It looks bespoke, certainly. So let's go ahead, let's jump to the video of it, and let's see how it looks and sounds as it fires. Alright, I've got the video pulled up here. I apologize, it is only in 720p. That's the highest resolution I have. So you won't be able to have the best quality on it, but you will be able to kind of see how it looks, how it sounds, that sort of thing.
Friendly target. Friendly target. Friendly target.
So there we go. There is a little demonstration of it. It does seem, I don't know, maybe they aren't fully adjusted yet, because it seemed like they only could shoot one shot at a time, and then they had to cool down for several seconds. And I feel like the amount of shots they put into the Cutlass should have probably killed it, so it might just, that's more of a firing demonstration. The whole damage thing, all that stuff might not be completely finalized. There might be a little bit of adjustment that needs to be made on that. We can see on the MFD, it looks like this is called the Longsword. So again, it looks really, really cool from the inside. Let's go ahead and let's also watch the video looking at it from third person just to see how that looks. Now, I will say the effects on this look really cool. The explosive effects and the kind of the recoil of the cannons, firing back looks really cool. It sounds really, really good. So I really like the look and sound of them. Again, I think it's a little odd that they can only fire one shot at a time and they have kind of a long cooldown. So again, that might be adjusted, but they look really, really cool. And I can't wait to hopefully try those out. So now I just got a video posted, there was some video posted of a test of the torpedo launcher, testing it on a Cutlass Black and then testing it on an Idris. So I'm going to throw that video up really quick so you can see just a general quick test on those ships of the Polaris, or of the Idris, launching these massive size 12 torpedoes. All right, first we have a video of the torpedoes firing at a Cutlass. I will probably skip forward a little bit because a lot of the time is spent just waiting for the torpedo to travel to the ship, because these torpedoes are quite slow. So as we can see, of course, the Cutlass Black, of course, gets eliminated by the size 12 torpedo, but they do take quite a while to get there. So now let's take a look at how it does against the Idris. So there you go. It looks like he fired 4 torpedoes at the Idris, and I can't quite tell if it killed it in one shot or not. I would not be surprised if it does, though, because again, from what I've seen, those size 12 torpedoes do over 1 million damage each. The Idris has about I think it's like a 3.5 million vital HP pool. So I would not be surprised if 4 is enough to soft death it. So yeah, we'll have to do some testing of that. Hopefully, maybe I'll be able to do some testing of that. We'll see. But there is an initial video of it shooting at the Idris. Alright, so I have a couple more videos to go over. We have some videos from the Idris engineering room, and then apparently there's some new thing of the hangar opening. And then we also have some new railgun sounds, so it's possible we also get the Idris M as part of the Idris going flight ready. So we're going to play through those videos so you can see some of those little changes that have been made. Alright, we'll start with the engineering area here. There may have been some, new effects or something added, so let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So there you go. There is that look at the engineering area of the Idris. The engine, or the whatever you call them, the power plants come up like that. Little nice animation, nice effects in there. Looks pretty cool. Now let's look at this video of the hangar opening. Maybe there's something different about it. I don't know. Let's play it and see what happens. Well, I'll say that's really cool. Looks like they may have polished up the animation for it a little bit, and it seems like there's some new sound effects that go along with it. For the hangar opening, of course, opens really nice and quick. Really nice looking. Now we've also got another video for the back hangar door of the Idris opening, so let's see if anything is new with that. Well, that looks really nice too. It sounds like there's just some new sound effects, a little bit of polish up to the animation as the door opens, that ramp deploys, so that's how you'll be able to get in the Idris from the ground, but previously there was no way to get in it from the ground, but you should be able to that way. So good to see that that has been polished up like that. Alright, next we have the Idris railgun firing from the outside, and then the last one we have after this is firing from the inside. Apparently the sound has been improved or changed, so let's see how it sounds now. Now this looks and sounds incredible. Like the whole wind-up charge, the firing of it, and then there's like a cooldown sort of thing as well. I think they have nailed it with the sound effects on the railgun here. It looks incredible. So that actually may mean that we're getting just all the Idrises, Idris M, Idris P, the K kit, all of it. So really good looking. Let's finish off by seeing how it sounds from the inside of the ship. Alright, here we got the inside perspective. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, I'll say that sounds equally as amazing. There's, the nice recoil effect you get. The sound effect almost sounds like Godzilla charging up, like his blue fire breath stuff. It sounds really cool, and it looks cool. I'm sure you'll be able to hear that all throughout the ship. Man, It looks so good. Now I'm thinking we might get the Idris M as well. So man, lots of good stuff. This Invictus is going to turn out very, very interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very, very happy. So very, very cool. But that's going to do it for this video, going over all of the new information we have on the Idris release. I am about as close to 100% as I can be that it is going to release. I don't think there's any shadow of it out anymore. We're going to get the Idris P, the Idris K kit, and very possibly as well the Idris M. And this is going to change a lot of things with the persistent universe. You're going to see a lot of people probably trying to melt their Polaris and get this. I might try and be one of those people. We'll see. But I am very excited to see the Idris go flight ready, and I'm sure many people that have waited many, many years longer than I have are also extremely excited. So make sure to let me know all of your thoughts in the comments on any of these things that we talked about today or showed. Let me know what you think about them, any other things you think that maybe we'll be getting that'll come with the Idris, or any other adjustments. Make sure to let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to leave a like on the video, as it also helps the channel out a ton. And if you'd like to see more videos like this with Invictus coverage, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, I will see you in the verse.